For this cityscape cake, I'm going to start off with the moon so it's got enough time to dry. This is yellow fondant rolled out to about 1 centimeter in thickness. I've cut out a large circle and then a smaller circle inside, just off to the side to create that moon shape. Insert skewers by twisting them and pushing them through the middle and then set to dry for at least a day if you can. Apply your first layer of cake to a cake board. I've chosen a 7-inch butterscotch flavored cake and buttercream that I've also flavored butterscotch with some Roberts flavoring. I've created a rim of ganache around the edge of the cake, and that way all of our buttercream frosting stays in the middle. And then creating a crumb coat with more ganache. This is going to trap in any of our crumbs up against the cake, and I'm making this a super thick layer. Because it's going to be covered in fondant, I'm not fussed if there's crumbs in this layer. It will be completely covered. So I'm just going to continue to smooth out that ganache. Cutting off the top edge as well when I'm happy with the sides. And then popping it into the fridge to set for about 20 to 30 minutes. In the meantime, we can roll out our fondant. So I have some white fondant by Bakehouse, and I rolled it about 3 millimeters in thickness, draped it over the cake, pushing out the air, and then undoing the pleats and massaging that fondant onto the ganache cake. You can pounce your little fondant smoother at the very base of the cake just to make sure it's all adhered, and then cutting off the excess. Roll it back into a ball and store it in an airtight container for later use. And then take 2 fondant smoothers, smooth out the sides and the top. For the paint, I've got Electric Purple and Teal Green by Chef Master, and I've added in some Rose Water Spirit. Take a little cotton ball and dab it on to your cake. If you have like a little cloud stencil that you can cut out yourself like I did here, it'll add a bit of a different effect for you again. And I'm pouncing it half on the cake and half on the stencil to try and get those scalloped edges in there. Halfway through, I changed to a purple color, and I changed the cotton ball as well, just to make sure that it doesn't look weird with the 2 colors blended. Apply your stencil to your cake with a pin on either corner just to make sure it's nice and tightly securely on there. Take some edible gold paint. This is edible gold luster dust that I've mixed some Rose Water Spirit into to create a paint. I'm brushing strokes from up to down, starting on the acetate and then onto the cake, and that way I get these nice clean edges for the cityscape. When you're done, remove that stencil, reposition, and continue until it reaches a ring around and you don't have any cake space left between the stencil. I really like that wispy effect, so you can continue to add just a few more strokes right at the base to get it wispy. From here you can add a little ribbon at the base, and I secured it on there with a pin just to hide that seam at the bottom. It always annoys me, so I like to add ribbons there. And then when your moon is completely dried, feed it through the top of the cake and cover it again with the same gold paint that we used on our cake. To complete the look, I've taken some fondant balls in different shapes, positioned them how I like them, and then stuck them all together with a little bit of water. And that's how you create a fun and super easy watercolor design with a cityscape. You could also use that stencil and fill in with buttercream instead if you want like a raised effect. Totally up to you. If you recreate this, I would love to see it. Hashtag Rosie's Dessert Spot so I can check it out. Thanks again for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.